It's time for the Week 9 Upset Alert Meter, where we go through and rate each underdog's chances on this scale from no chance to it's happening. The records of the underdogs have been updated below. The big development from last week, Arizona State pulling off the upset. It was Upset Alert versus Texas Tech, and they get it done. Let's start with Texas at Mississippi State. The Longhorns almost go down to Kentucky last weekend. We had that one rated as a shot in the dark, but they escaped. Now they got to go on the road versus a scrappy Bulldogs team that's been really good. I still think they're motivated, and I think Texas is in a tough spot. Sark's still going to be calling the plays. I think this is actual upset alert. They could lose in Starkville. South Carolina plays host to Alabama. The Crimson Tide coming off of an emotional rivalry victory. Maybe they lose focus at the midpoint in the season. South Carolina isn't like a huge test like some of these other teams, and they're at home. They have a solid home field advantage. I'm going to say puncher's chance because of that home field advantage and some of the tools South Carolina does have, but it kind of feels like they've lost steam, and I don't think the Tide are going to lose focus. Louisville is ranked after their upset victory over Miami. They host a Boston College team that has looked largely awful and lifeless this year, but it is the MacGuffin game, so maybe the Eagles have something to look for. I don't think so. They've never held it. They never will. I think no chance the Eagles get it here. Tennessee hits the road to play a Kentucky team that almost took out Texas last weekend. They're playing solid defense. They figured some things out maybe. Tennessee is also a team coming off their second loss of the season. Maybe they're a little bit dejected after that loss, but still, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. I think only a shot in the dark for the Wildcats. It feels like that game versus Texas was maybe their last gasp, and they might roll over. Baylor hits the road to play a ranked Cincinnati team that has been rolling recently. Baylor's a scrappy team. They've been in a lot of games late. You can easily give them a couple more wins or a couple more losses depending on your perspective here, but they've got a puncher's chance for sure. The one flaw they have is a terrible run defense, and Sorsby can run the football, and these running backs can run the football, so I have a feeling Cincinnati's going to have no issues. UCLA has been one of the most fun stories in college football, ripping off 3 straight wins after an 0-4 start at the season. This, their tallest task to date. Indiana is a proven team, unlike Penn State from when they beat them, so it's going to be a really difficult game. I think a shot in the dark just because of the magic this team has had, but it feels like this may be where their Cinderella run comes to a close. BYU hits the road to play Iowa State. There is a lot working against them, like the fact that they haven't had a bye in 5 weeks, the fact that they are coming off an emotional rivalry game, the fact that Iowa State is coming off of a bye. I think the Cyclones have a chance here. I'm going to go upset alert that the Cyclones can pull it off. Boise State's coming off of a dominant win against UNLV. They now go on the road to Reno, a place where they've historically had some issues. Nevada isn't a great team this year, but they've been quietly playing some teams pretty close. So I'm going to say a puncher's chance that the Broncos sleepwalk into this one and find themselves in a fight. Wisconsin heads on the road to play Oregon. The Badgers announced they're going to keep Luke Fickell despite all the issues they've had, and the Ducks have looked pretty good. They destroyed Rutgers last weekend after a disappointing loss to Indiana, and so I think they'll be focused, they'll be ready. I don't see a single chance in the world that Wisconsin marches into Autzen and upsets the Ducks. No chance for the Badgers.